is Tina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my first empties of 2021. If that sounds like your thing, then please go ahead and channel登録しちゃってください。I cannot believe that it is already like the end of February. I thought we started 2021 like literally 2 seconds ago. Where did the time go? Anyway, I do have a bunch of skincare empties to share with you guys today, so let's get into the video. First things first, I do have a bunch of products today that I only had a tiny bit left of but kept for my best of 2020 skincare video and then finished off after filming that one. And I always find it very hard to empty favorite products because I know I'm not going to talk about them as much on my channel from now on, just because I consistently try out new products. So this will be like their last honorable mention, but if you do want to know a little bit more about them, I would highly recommend going to watch my best of skincare 2020 video. Here goes their last hurrah. First is the Neogen Real Fermenter Micro Essence. This was a beautiful watery essence that really helped to soften my skin and even its texture. The Klairs Fundamental Watery Oil Drop. This one is an amazingly lightweight serum that has benefits of an oil without feeling any greasiness and leaving your skin with a beautiful glow. The Dr. Jart Ceramide Cream. This was quite a thick moisturizer, but it really helped nourish and protect my skin overnight. The Skin & Lab Free C Sun Lotion. This one's a incredibly lightweight SPF that has a really beautiful glowy finish. And lastly, the Illumine Ceramide Atoll Lotion. This one's a really gentle, lightweight body moisturizer that is free from any possible irritants. It also has a really unique packaging that I didn't mention in my best of skincare video, and it actually has a bag inside the bottle, so you get every last drop and it kind of like squeezes everything out. So I really like that about this one too. You just know you're not wasting any product. So all of those products I highly recommend. They made it to my best of skincare in 2020, so please go check them out if you haven't already. And let's go into kind of the regular portion of my empties video. First is the Senka Speedy Perfect Whip. So this one is a self-foaming pump version of the regular Perfect Whip. I tend to purchase self-foaming foams for the morning. I prefer them because they're really quick and easy and they foam by themselves, obviously, which is really nice in the morning when you're short on time. I will say the self-foaming version, as it is with most brands, is not as dense and bouncy as the regular tube version that you foam up yourself, but it still has definitely a really decent foam. So this one actually has a pretty good cleansing power, so it would be a good one to use as a second step cleanser, or even if you're just wearing like skincare and sunscreen, I would say this gets it off fine. But for that reason, it's not the best one for me to use in the morning since it can be a little bit drying. So personally, I probably wouldn't get it again. It wasn't really anything special, and especially for drier, dehydrated skin, it's probably not the ideal kind of gentle morning cleanser. If I was to get a self-foaming one, I would probably still go for the Hadaraba one. That one is more gentle and it is, I think, cheaper than this one too. Logan was actually using this one quite a bit as well, and he does have oilier skin and it seemed to work really well for him morning and night. Next, I have the Make Prem Safe Me Relief Moisture Toner. This one is a low pH, low irritant toner free from alcohol, making it great for sensitive skin, and it's even pregnancy friendly, which I thought was a nice little bit of information. The key ingredients are madecassoside and glycerin, so nourishing while still being a soothing formula, since it is supposed to be used for when your skin is irritated or for those who do have sensitive skin. So it has a milky look to it, but still water light and absorbs really easily and well into the skin. It is a great one for layering, so if you do have dehydrated skin like me, it layers really well without feeling sticky. I did tend to use maybe like 2 or 3 layers of this when I was using it. So my skin always felt really nourished and plump whenever I used this one, so I definitely did enjoy it, and it was one that I reached for more when my skin was like a little bit unstable. It does have a slight fragrance. I do believe it is from bergamot oils. To be honest, I went through this toner incredibly quickly. Whenever I like a toner, I speed through it because I use a lot of toner since I do have more dehydrated skin and I use lots of layers. And the last little thing that I enjoy about the Make Prem products are that they actually have a little spot to write the opening date, so it's easy for you to keep up with the expiry dates, which I think is a nice little bonus. bonus. Next we actually have another toner, and it is the D'Alba Peptide No Sebum Balancing Toner. So this is another low pH toner, but quite a unique one because it actually helps to balance the oil in your skin while being anti-aging, which I find is definitely not that common on the skincare market. Usually when it's anti-aging, it's really heavy and thick and high in moisture, whereas you still have people who want to target aging but have oilier skin, so it's kind of hit that very narrow market, and I think that's really cool because it's not something that you see all the time. Even though I don't have oily skin, I still felt like this was enough hydration. I felt like the true purpose of this toner was to definitely just balance out my oil and hydration levels. It is packed with great ingredients like glycerin, hyaluronic acid, peptides, adenosine, and niacinamide. It's got all your basic kind of building blocks as well as skin improving ingredients, and it also includes a small amount of BHA, which is always great for people who do have oily skin because it helps to gently exfoliate and kind of break down those oil clogged pores that you might experience. I don't know what I'm saying. I would say it's definitely a great one, especially for mature but oily skin. For me personally, it's probably not a all year round product. When it is the colder, drier months, I would want something a little bit more moisturizing than this. But I did really like using it as like a wipe off toner as well in the morning, especially when I was wearing a mask. I wanted something kind of lightweight and that balanced my skin but wasn't too heavy, so it worked really well as a wipe off toner. For the last probably third of the bottle, Logan ended up using this one too. He actually puts it in a spray bottle and just spritzes it on his face for his everyday toner, and it seems to be working well. So that's that one. I actually have quite a few serums this time. I have 3 serums that I have emptied recently. First is the Good Molecules Hyaluronic Acid Serum. So this is a super simple hyaluronic acid serum. There's nothing like particularly special about it. The ingredients list is very simple. It has hyaluronic acid, glycerin, but I just kept reaching for it, and I think it's because it is so simple. That's why it's really easy to incorporate into your skincare routine. And I did empty it really quick. I actually didn't realize it was close to empty because I didn't think I was using it that much. And then one day I was just like, oh, it's empty. So I was like using it and reaching for it without even knowing, because it's just like that simple, I guess. And I will say that the formulation is definitely more cosmetically elegant than say the Ordinary one. I tried the Ordinary one, and as some of you may have experienced, it foams up a little bit, it peels a little bit, whereas this one I can kind of layer it with any other products and it doesn't seem to kind of interfere with other products. So loved it for that reason. And obviously you can easily get hydration from toners and essences these days. I feel like pretty much every product has hyaluronic acid in the ingredients, although if you do have dehydrated skin like me, it is a quick and easy way to just have one extra layer of hydration. And the best thing is that it is only $6 US, so it is incredibly cheap. It is vegan, it is cruelty free, fragrance free, so you really can't go wrong for that price. So if you're looking for something super simple, just a simple hydrating serum, then yeah, definitely a great one to go for. Next we have the Apu Medicaticide Ampule. So this might actually be the simplest serum ever. It is only one ingredient in 2 forms. It is 99.9% Centella Asiatica extract and then Medicaticide, which are both from Centella Asiatica. So essentially it is just a single ingredient product. This was one I used when I wanted something safe and gentle. So essentially when my skin was feeling a little unstable, this was the one I was using pretty much every day. And I did use it like a hyaluronic acid serum essentially. It is a really lightweight texture, it absorbs really quickly, it is gentle, it's hydrating, so basically the same as a hyaluronic acid serum, but it's more soothing since it is made of Centella Asiatica. So on the packaging it does say strengthens skin barrier by providing protective film to the skin. I used it essentially every day for about 2 to 3 weeks, and personally I cannot say it really strengthened my skin barrier. I will say it is a easy one to incorporate into the routine again, and it would be good for even people who do have oily or acne prone skin, since it is incredibly lightweight and it doesn't have any pore clogging ingredients either. Lastly, it is also quite affordable since it is from Pure, so if you want an affordable kind of soothing hydrating serum, then it's a nice one too. Last serum is the Revectin LHA Blemish Ampule. So this one is a great serum to gently and continuously prevent breakouts and clogged pores. It is another one of a really lightweight formula that you can use AM and PM, so it's a great alternative to using like a pimple cream or a thicker kind of spot treatment. It also contains 85% neroli flower water extract, which helps to soothe and calm skin because of its anti-inflammatory properties. I would say it definitely seemed to help kind of smooth out my pores and prevent blockages. I would say it probably is only going to work more for mild conditions versus like a full-blown pimple or acne. And I do feel like I emptied the bottle before I could feel the full benefits of the product, because it is a tiny little 15 ml bottle. I feel like I almost like didn't use enough on my face because I didn't want to use it up so quick. But good news is they actually do have a 50 ml version of this now, which is really nice, and it definitely makes me want to try it again, and I will try it again. It is a great one for people who do have sensitive but breakout prone skin. And lastly, we do have a moisturizer, the Re-P Nutrinature Ultra Nourishing Cream. So this one is definitely a heavyweight moisturizer for drier skin. It has a bunch of nourishing ingredients like shea butter, rosehip, olive, jojoba and argan oil. So it has a bunch of essential fatty acids and really high moisture products. So that is the reason why I probably wouldn't recommend it for anyone who has oily skin. Definitely one for people who do have drier skin like me. So I was using this one generally in the PM when it was a little bit colder and drier, like from when we were end of winter, summer, autumn, winter, spring. Autumn, summer, autumn, no, winter, spring. So I was definitely using it more at nighttime before summer. So the other nighttime cream I was using often was the Ceramidin, and I would say this was not quite as protective as this one, although the texture was a little more lightweight, so it was easier to spread and work with versus the Ceramidin. This one I felt like I had to mix some sort of oil or something else for it to spread easily, whereas this one I could mix with oil, but I could use it by itself too. I also loved the packaging of this one. It's essentially the same as the Illiyoon moisturizer, but it has the plastic packaging inside, so it squeezes like every last drop of the product out instead of it sticking to the packaging, which I absolutely love that design. And I will say it does include some essential oils. The fragrance is pretty faint, but I know some people can find it an irritant. If it doesn't bother you, I will say it is a great moisturizer for people who do have drier skin or even mature skin. I'm not going to say it's something kind of spectacular or special, but it is a nice kind of basic moisturizer that's just going to nourish and protect your skin. So that is the Re-P Nourishing Cream. And that is everything, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the empties. I feel like it was like a generally positive one this time. Although I feel like these days, if I use a product to its end, it's generally good, since I do have the opportunity to kind of try out quite a few products. And if it doesn't work for me, I try to move on and pass it off to a friend or family. So I feel like here on out, my empties are probably going to be somewhat on the positive note. But don't worry, I'll still make videos of the ones that didn't quite make the cut. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yay! That was a very awkward ending.